Welcome to Astro Buzz on HollywoodAstrology.tv and the LeoKingApp.com or on the iPhone and Android app. I am your host, astrologer David Palmer, here to talk about the gossip, the politics, the celebrity stories, and combine it, what's all happening here on Earth and how is it connected with the stars and the universe up above. Let's start with this July 1st weekly report with saying rabbit first, number one, because it is, it is the first of the month. It is good news to say that. But let's start with a political story first. And of course, top news in the politics right now is, of course, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. They are battling it out, and the polls are trying to say that Donald Trump's up. No, wait, Hillary Clinton's up. We don't know. Some polls, whether it's ABC, CNN, they say Hillary's up. Or then you go to the Washington Post, and then it's saying Trump's up. Or today on AOL, literally I looked and it was Trump's up. It's like, we don't know who's up, who's down. They're both tied, basically. And to be very honest with you, we all just came out of a crazy portal. Mars this week went direct. We literally went from Mercury out of Gemini into Cancer, and I think we're all trying to just kind of figure out where in the hell we're going and which direction we're going to take right now. That's always what happens after Mars turns around. It literally is kind of like a crazy battleship that's been beaten down, having to turn its course. And so I wouldn't believe what's going on in the polls right now. Who knows what's going on? One interesting poll, though, Hillary Clinton is the most, highest numbers when it comes to being untrustworthy. That's probably her Scorpio side. Little, Scorpios. I kind of call them the witches. And then, of course, Donald Trump, the crazy Gemini, the circus show, is the most one not fit to be president in the higher polls for that. So it's like, what do you want? A mutable Gemini circus clown, or do you want an untrustworthy kind of witch? It's like, I don't know. Carnies, witches, I don't know which way to go with this. This is kind of an interesting thing because Donald Trump, the carny could be okay if he picks the right running mate. But this week, they're saying he's vetting Chris Christie. Now, I did Chris Christie's horoscope, and I'm like, oh my gosh. You know those videos of him where he's looking all spazzed out? He's getting ready for Neptune, which has been opposing his sun. He's a Virgo. He's got a moon in Sagittarius. Saturn's been on this. Mars went retrograde over his moon. And for the next couple years, he's going to have Neptune oppose his sun. So if you think those blank stares are peaking out, they're only beginning. So I think this would be a very difficult and horrible choice for Donald Trump if he were to pick Chris Christie. Plus, it would be kind of like Tweedledee and Tweedledum up there. I'm just going to be honest with you. They both got moon and Sagittarius as well. I think that they both emotionally could be a little bit too much. It just doesn't feel right. I'm just going to be honest with you. This could be the sinking ship for Donald Trump if he does pick that running mate. There's a lot of other running mates out there. I've been looking at a lot of them. It'd be interesting if he did pick Newt Gingrich. They've been talking a lot about him. He's another Gemini. Could you imagine 2 Geminis up there? We'd actually have 4 presidents. It'd be kind of weird. Be kind of a first, too. I wonder, I've actually not done the horoscopes to see if we've had 2 Gemini presidents before, a vice president and a president. That would be kind of interesting. Or even if we've had 2 of the same signs as a president and a vice president. That would be interesting, too. I'm actually waiting to see who Clinton is going to pick because you're not really hearing much out of the Clinton camp about what is going on. And maybe that's why she's so untrustworthy because, you don't know what she's brewing up there in the corner. Well, on Astro Buzz, I'll be brewing up a couple celebrity stories after this short break. Want the most inspiring, fun, and dynamic horoscopes delivered to your phone every day? And we do it all on video with text message notifications. Download and subscribe to the Leo King app now and wake up to astrology like you've never seen before. Welcome back to Astro Buzz on HollywoodAstrology.tv and the LeoKingApp.com or on the iPhone and Android app. I'm your host, astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King. And you know what? We are going to jump right into a celebrity story right now. Nancy Grace on HLN just quit. She's going to be getting off the air of HLN in the fall. Who in the hell watches HLN? You know what's crazy? Okay. HLN was kind of like a spin-off network, headline news, right? After CNN tried headline news and all this stuff. She's been kind of the anchor of this thing. She's the #1 host on there. Did you know that she's the highest rated host on HLN? But did you know that her show is the 42nd rated cable news or cable network show on cable, so she is way at the bottom. And do you know that her ratings, okay, are only 291,000 people watch her show on average, okay? She's had bigger shows that have, like, depending on which case she does or some sort of interviews that she's done in the past, gotten up to like 4 or 5 million. But if you know television, you need to be in the millions to really be worth it. And people on YouTube literally get more views than Nancy Grace. Isn't that crazy? And I think it's like a good move for her. She's talking about actually moving on to new things. Now, this is where the astrology kicks in. She was born on October 23rd, and she's either a Libra or Scorpio. I don't know because I don't know her exact time. But, you know, she's very Scorpionic to me, but she also has that Libra side where she's all very, you know, about judge and law and fairness. She also has a crap ton of planets in Scorpio. And here's where Mars just did a retrograde. She is redirecting herself. I believe that she actually is probably a Libra with a lot of Scorpio, because I think for Libras right now, they're really moving forward into knowing their worth, and they're moving forward into a new identity with Jupiter coming in their sign. I think she's going to be doing good. I think there's a good move for her. I'm not going to bash her too hard. I'm actually going to bash HLN. I actually kind of feel bad for people like, who else is on HLN? I think Dr. Drew's on there and stuff. If she's the top rated show, what? Are like 50,000 people watching Dr. Drew on HLN at night? Like, I don't even know how this network is surviving. I'm going to have to do the chart on that, HLN, because geez, people on YouTube are watching more. And the next celebrity story is Scarlett Johansson is officially my girlfriend. No, I'm just kidding. No, but she is officially the highest grossing film actress of all time. $3.3 billion worth of funds have come through her movies. Highest grossing actress of all time. You know who comes close to her as a woman? Cameron Diaz, who's at 19. Scarlett Johansson's in the top 10 with all the men. She's up there with George Clooney now and Brad Pitt and all that stuff. So this is a big trade, you know, this is a big deal. Now, her chart, she's a Sagittarius, 0 degree Sag. There's something about those 0 degree people. I'm with 0 degree. That means you're born on a cusp. She's born on a cusp of Scorpio and of Sagittarius, just like Nancy Grace is too, interesting enough. But there's something about cusp people, they have this power, you know? And with her as a Sagittarius, Saturn's in her sign right now. You know, Mars went direct or went retrograde, and it's going to come back and come into Sag. But what I think is most interesting is she's born with Venus-Jupiter conjunct. You know that is like the most powerful of money aspect you can get is Venus-Jupiter. I wish I had Venus-Jupiter. I don't. But you know, Venus-Jupiter conjunct is always like good luck with money and stuff. And Pluto went by here over the last couple years, so she had her big kind of stuff. What's interesting is she might have kind of run her course with it. We'll see. She might even switch positions or switch jobs in the next couple years, I think, just based off the astrology. Maybe she becomes a director, maybe she becomes a producer or writer more, because based off of her astrology and her redirection, and maybe you're going to see a different Scarlett Johansson come out, but she's always going to be able to manifest lots of money. But I think we saw a lot of the big peaking here. Last week I talked about how LeBron James kind of peaked in his aspect of what he's doing. Scarlett Johansson, when it comes to this Venus-Jupiter conjunction, is kind of at near full peak, I'll be honest. But we'll see. I mean, she's got Venus and Jupiter for the rest of her life in this, so it is a good position. It is in Capricorn, and it will reach the top of the hill. We got one more story coming up, and it is not a celebrity story. It's actually all about drugs. We'll talk about that when we get back on Astro Buzz. Want the most inspiring, fun, and dynamic horoscopes delivered to your phone every day? And we do it all on video with text message notifications. Download and subscribe to the Leo King app now and wake up to astrology like you've never seen before. Welcome back to Astro Buzz on HollywoodAstrology.tv and the LeoKingApp.com, or on the Android or iPhone store. I am your host, astrologer David Palmer, Leo King, and we are going to finish with a random story today. Big story came out, and this is kind of a funny one. a big cocaine drug ring caught in New York City. 18 people arrested, and one of those 18 people was literally the chief marketing and director of Chipotle. I'm going to be honest with you. And you know what was funny is this guy's name is, I had it written down. It's like Mark Kraka something. And I thought it was funny because he got caught with cocaine. And I'm like, no wonder Chipotle's business and marketing so good. This guy's getting all yipped up all day and like working on this stuff. And I think it's so weird because Chipotle's all about, organic and non-GMO. I hope he's doing non-GMO cocaine because, that's what that whole company stands for. So one thing I want to say about how this connects with the astrology, I couldn't find this guy's birthday, man. I couldn't find it. I searched everywhere for this guy's birthday. But this actually is going to be all about South Node Neptune, which is going to happen this year. We are about to enter a very deep drug aspect. South Node in Neptune means people are going to escape more than ever than they have in their life, either through spirituality or drugs or alcohol. And it's going to get more intense as the time comes. More stories about drugs are going to come out. More legalization aspects of drugs, are going to come out. This is weird that we're kind of switching from pharmaceutical world into more of like drug world. Like if you notice, like you're seeing a lot of hits against pharmacology, but like drug stuff is kind of coming up in an opposite way. This is South Node in Virgo, in Pisces, while North Node is in Virgo. We're dealing with this aspect. And with Jupiter on the North Node, it's important to stay kind of sober and clean right now, to stay clear, because your world with the South Node in Neptune, if you go to the drug world, you're going to fall hard right now. This is just based off the astrology. Trust me, there are years when you can do drugs and get away with it. Well, this is just not the time, people. I'm just going to be very honest with you. Doing drugs right now really is no bueno. And I'm not advocating that drugs are good on a different time or a different astrology. I'm just saying you can get away with it a little bit easier. I'm just being honest. I'm just doing my deal as an astrologer here. But homeboy at Chipotle, really, dude, he makes $4.3 million a year. He just must not be happy. I don't know. Maybe he's just sick of eating the same things. But when you're a marketing director and you're development chief, I don't know. You got to stay yipped up to stay good. I don't know. We'll see. But this South Node Neptune, we're going to see more drug stories come out, especially as we hit this end of summer into fall and winter when the South Node and Neptune are dead conjunct and when we're starting to have that square to Saturn. You watch. There's going to be a lot of drug changes that are going to happen at this election, and drugs will be the center point of this election. I guarantee you it. We are just seeing the beginning of it, and we're just seeing the beginning of weird drug stories coming out like this. You watch, especially with Mars that just came direct. There was a sting operation that was all about hidden stuff. You're going to see a lot more of this coming out. Anyways, thanks so much for joining me on another Astro Buzz. Overall, right now in the universe, I want to give my prayers out to everybody that was in Turkey at the airport and the families and the people that were lost. This is a crazy time right now. And Mars just came back online, and this is intense energy. Just know that through the intensity right now, just know that through Saturn square Neptune right now, things are confusing. Things are all over the place. We're with all this energy in Cancer for the next month. Find a way to reroute yourself. Find a way to, enjoy life and feel comfortable. And you know what? Enjoy every day that you got here. I appreciate you for watching Astro Buzz. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you on the next episode.